Ronald D. Moore's reimagined Battlestar Galactica is celebrated for its compelling storylines, reflecting complex and deeply human experiences through the continuous evolution of its characters. In many ways, each character, laden with their own unique struggles, strengths, and vulnerabilities, serves as a mirror to the human condition. Lee Adama is a quintessential representation of the rich character arcs that are integral to the series' appeal. Lee, callsign Apollo, undergoes a jarring transformation where he experiences a significant weight gain, a storyline that has sparked extensive debates and discussions among fans. In this video, I'd like to explore the varying opinions regarding the incorporation of this story arc and consider how its depth and relevance have grown since it first aired. Initially, Lee's weight gain in the show was heavily criticized as a superficial and seemingly unrealistic depiction due to the implementation of makeup. Viewers found the artificial portrayal of Fat Apollo to be a stark disruption to the immersive experience of the series, with the unnatural appearance of the makeup detracting from the emotional gravitas of his scenes. Moreover, there were also fans who perceived this subplot as borderline offensive. In addition to the perceived lack of authenticity in the depiction of Lee's transformation, the seeming exaggeration and caricature of Lee's eating habits also garnered criticism. For some, the sudden change in the depiction of his character as someone who chews food loudly and with his mouth open was seen as a cliché and stereotypical representation of overweight individuals, detracting from the series' usual nuanced and multifaceted character portrayals. However, apart from these complaints regarding the physical issues with Lee's rotund portrayal, the underlying lessons from Lee's fat story arc paint a nuanced picture of human fallibility, resilience, and adaptability. Lee's weight gain is intended to be a representation of his internal turmoil, disillusionment, and struggle, making him a relatable embodiment of human vulnerabilities and experiences. For many, this storyline is yet another example of how the series holds a mirror to the intricacies of the human spirit and its ability to adapt, to falter, and to rise again. The transformation of Lee Adama unfolds in the midst of greater transformative developments within the fleet, defining a pivotal juncture in the overarching story of Battlestar Galactica. The discovery of New Caprica, a seemingly habitable planet, triggers a cascade of changes, imbuing the fleet with a renewed sense of hope and stability. Under the leadership of the newly elected President Gaius Baltar, the survivors embark on the journey to build settlements on New Caprica, seeking to carve out a semblance of normalcy in the aftermath of relentless conflicts with the Cylons. This newfound sanctuary symbolizes a break from the perpetual fight for survival, a stark contrast to their previous nomadic and hard-pressed existence. However, the tranquility of New Caprica becomes a backdrop to Lee Adama's profound personal struggles. Lee, who is already navigating the turmoil of various relationships and responsibilities, is deeply affected by Kara Thrace's unforeseen marriage to Samuel Anders. The sudden alteration in his interpersonal dynamics induces turbulence in his emotional stability, causing him to feel a deep sense of betrayal and loss. Struggling with the unexpected upheaval in his personal life, Lee loses his passion and sense of purpose, turning to overeating as a refuge from his emotional pain. This period of internal struggle and coping marks a significant transformation in Lee's character arc, showcasing the intricate interplay between external serenity and internal chaos, and presents a common human response to stress and disillusionment. Lee's physiological and psychological disintegration can also be seen as a reflection of his father, William Adama's battles, drawing parallel lines between their respective journeys and emphasizing the diversity in coping mechanisms. While the external manifestations of their struggles differ, the underlying theme is a shared study of human inclinations in the face of despair and stress. While Lee turns to overeating, his father Bill finds solace in the escape provided by alcohol and medication. Both father and son, through their divergent paths, illustrate the variety of human reactions and adaptations to adversity, embodying the multifaceted nature of coping mechanisms and the drive to find comfort in a universe marked by uncertainty and strife. While many viewers might trivialize Lee's storyline involving weight gain as merely comical or inconsequential, it has had a significant resonance for certain individuals, particularly those with military backgrounds who can relate to similar struggles after leaving the service. Despite still being in active service, Lee experiences a slackening of resolve and discipline. In the real world, the relaxation of strict routines and protocols, especially for someone who is in the military, has often manifested in various behavioral and physical changes, such as weight gain and mental health struggles. Therefore, for those acquainted with the nuances of military discipline and the impacts of its absence, Lee's arc is not a frivolous addition but a meaningful exploration of the challenges arising from a lack of external pressure and the resultant internal turmoil and loss of self-control, reflecting the broader psychological and physical struggles individuals face in such transitional phases. As such, Lee's transformation underlines the impact of environmental and emotional factors on human bodies and minds, showcasing a raw, unfiltered representation of human vulnerability and adaptation. In the context of the series, Lee's weight gain and complacency are symbols of the collective softening and laxity experienced by the fleet in the newly found sanctuary of New Caprica, reflecting humanity's tendency to lower its guard in the face of apparent security. This metaphorical softening is a cautionary tale, highlighting the dangers of complacency and the necessity for perpetual vigilance and preparedness. The stern intervention from his father played a pivotal role in pulling Lee back from the brink of his self-destructive path. This display of tough love was not a manifestation of sheer cruelty or insensitivity. Rather, it was a heartfelt attempt by a father to help his son realize his potential and to reverse his descent into despair and indiscipline. Bill's harsh words were steeped in concern and a deep understanding of his son's capabilities, embodying a parent's innate desire to see their child flourish and overcome their struggles. William Adama, aware of the multifaceted challenges and pressures that come with military life, recognized the crucial need for resilience, discipline, and mental strength. He understood that the absence of an immediate threat had allowed complacency to creep into Lee's life, disrupting his focus and resolve. Their hard-hitting confrontation was intended to act as a catalyst to rekindle the fire and drive within Lee, allowing him to break free from the shackles of his self-imposed limitations and rise to the challenges before him. It was a profound expression of paternal love and concern, aiming to awaken Lee to his responsibilities and to the inherent strength and potential within him, enabling him to regain his path and emerge stronger from his trials. While initially greeted with skepticism and scorn, the Fat Lee Adama storyline has gained deeper appreciation and understanding over time and through subsequent viewings. Viewers have begun to perceive it as a moving exploration of human nature and vulnerability. The relevance and impact of his story arc have been amplified in light of recent global disruptions and the profound psychological and physical effects that have resulted. For many, Lee's physical transformation encourages an awareness of our individual voyages through life's challenges as we maneuver through our internal and external battles. But I'm curious to know what you think of the Fat Lee Adama storyline. Do you find it difficult to enjoy this part of the series for any particular reason? And have you grown to change your initial opinion of this storyline over time? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe for more Battlestar Galactica and other sci-fi and fantasy news and lore. And if you're looking for other ways to show your appreciation, you can check out my Patreon page, where members get access to exclusive perks. Thank you all so much for your support, and as always, have a very nerdy day.